Hi everybody, hope everyone is doing well. And today we're gonna be talking about DFB 3.5. We are wholly human. So, for today's topic, I'm gonna be talking about student emotional reactions, and there are several reasons why I chose this topic, but let's dive into the main why. So, first of all, every person, in this case, every student we're gonna be dealing with, has its own background that is the result of family, friends, school, culture, and origins. And most importantly, student wise, but every person that we deal with is a human being that has its own powers, its own strength, its own weaknesses, and we are not perfect. And it might happen that sometimes somebody might have a bad day. So, in order to deal with people, just try to establish an empathic relationship. Now, what are the main reasons that lead a person to have this emotional reaction? According to the Aviation Instructor Handbook, I'm going to be referencing just for this portion, there are four main factors that are anxiety, impatience, lack of interest, and any kind of physical problem, discomfort, or impairment. But the most important one in a situation like the flight environment is going to be anxiety as the result of stress and fatigue. But all the others apply in in any field, also outside the aviation one. So, in everyday application, when to use this knowledge? I would say first of all when you are dealing with a team, because it is important to understand that every person that's part of your team is a human and might have either a good or a bad day. And when you are teaching, so if you're teaching to your student, make sure to understand every time you meet him how he is doing, how his day is going, so that from that point you can start planning and go with the entire lesson. Now, how to deal and how to behave with different people and students. First of all, understand the other person. Try to understand what's going on with his life. And in order to do that, you need to create a comfortable environment so that the other person is going to be feeling comfortable to tell you what's happening with his life. And then once you are both aware of what's happening, once you're both on the same page, develop together what's the best course of action for the day. So, if you're planning to do a flight and your student says that he's not doing well, it's probably gonna be better to cancel the flight and move it to an oral lesson if he wants to. Otherwise, better just call the day and let him go home and take some rest. Now, where to find this situation in everyday life? I would personally say in relationship. So, when you're dealing with another person, that might be your boyfriend or your girlfriend, you're gonna be constantly dealing with his or her behavior. Something that I personally do with my girlfriend that helps us to stay in a comfortable environment is at the end of every day, when we had school, soccer, work, and whatnot, the first moment that we meet, we look at each other and we say each other number going from 0 to 100, where 0 means I'm so exhausted, I just had such a bad day, and 100 means I had an awesome day. And then we're gonna be summing up my number and her number, and if the sum of both of them is less than 100, we're just gonna try to be kinder to each other, because that means that we both had such a bad day, and that really helps us to prevent any kind of fight, because we're gonna be both on the same page and know that we might have some weird emotional reactions because we are not in a great mood. So I would encourage everybody to do this with their relationship. Now, final consideration. Today we have seen student emotional reactions really quickly, starting by saying that everyone is a human being, and because of that, he or she has its own life, its own culture, and in everyday life, there are several triggers from anxiety, stress, and whatnot that contribute to shape some kind of emotional reactions when dealing with other person. And in order to deal with a person in the best way, well, just create an empathic relationship. Try to understand the other person. Do you guys have any questions? If so, please let me know. Thank you very much for your attention, and I wish you all a great rest of your day. Thank you.